What up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Iron Chef, and we are back with a personal favorite of mine, salmon patties. So we're gonna start out taking a whole onion, dicing that boy up, and taking about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, putting that in with the onion. Get your macaroni, throw that in a pot, start bringing that to a boil so it's nice and ready. Get about 2 to 3 sleeves of crackers, crush them up real fine. 3 eggs, you'll need that for the salmon. Can of evaporated milk and some butter for the macaroni. Get you a cheese you can slice to put on top of the macaroni. About 1/8 of a cup of cornstarch and 1 to 2 cans of peas, depending on how many people you plan on feeding. Make sure you debone the salmon because there are bones in there, and it is not good to swallow bones. Might hurt you, might choke you, Season your peas while everything's cooking and getting prepped. Make sure you keep them on low so they don't overheat, Butter up your pan. We put the macaroni in here once it's nice and ready. And as you can see, I've got shredded Parmesan. I've got thin slices of cheddar cheese, and I'm practically out of shredded cheddar, but that's all right. We'll use a couple thin slices of butter in here with the macaroni, adding the cheese as we go, little by little. Don't worry about how clean it looks or how not so clean it looks. It's all gonna get mixed in the end. Add your whole can of evaporated milk. All that stuff's gonna get absorbed into the noodles by the time this is done. A little pepper on top. You can give that a mix around too. Make sure everything's all evenly distributed. Then go ahead and layer your slices of cheese on top. Try to keep them just ever so slightly away from the edges if you can help it. Otherwise, they might stick to the side of your baking pan. Because it will get hot and it will start to burn. And this will be going in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. While all that's baking in the oven and becoming delicious, we can start cooking the salmon patties. Get you a nice, decent sized pan, fill that boy up with some oil. And after you've mixed all the ingredients, the crackers, the eggs, the onion, the salmon, you bring it to the right consistency, press them out into thin patties. Drop them in the oil, medium heat. You want to do this for about 3 minutes on each side, maybe 4 minutes, depending on how well done you want them or how thick they are. With 3 cans, we managed to get about 14 salmon patties, so that's going to last like 2 or 3 days. Once you're ready to flip, be careful because the grease will most certainly burn you. I recommend using 2 utensils, that way the grease doesn't splash and fling somewhere once you flip them. It'll be very painful. You'll see the onions start to get black. That's fine. It's supposed to happen. Don't worry about it. Once they're done, you can go ahead and set them off on a tray. You want to set them on a paper towel to get some of the grease off of them, you can. Perfectly fine. And while these are cooking, you can go ahead and double check on your macaroni. Should be just about done by the time you get most of these done. Right here, I needed to get a little more dark on top, so I popped it back in the oven at about 400 on broil. Now we go over here to the cornstarch. You mix this with water, and it has to be cold water. Do not use hot water. It will not thin out like this. it'll just turn into lumps, and it's extremely difficult to work with. You have to use cold water. So we'll take this, we'll bring it over to the peas. Once you can tell everything in there's been broken out and there's no lumps in it, bring this over to the peas, put most of it in, set it back aside, and we'll mix this around. And if you watch, it will literally start to turn to glue dang near instantly. That's what, 5 seconds? As soon as you start to mix it around, it's already getting thicker. You can see that cream texture starting to get in there. And that's with 2 whole cans. If it was one, that'd probably be plenty. But I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of that cup that we got in there, just because we got so much. In my house, we like to feed an army that doesn't exist, so there's always extra food to go around. And you can see the color start to change. You can see it's getting that much thicker just from that little extra added in. You can put too much, so it's better to use a little at a time and get the consistency where you want it. And as you can see at the bottom, those salmon patties are looking delicious. And by the time it's all said and done, you've got baked macaroni, you've got your rolls. That's simple. You can just throw them in the oven in 12 minutes. You got your peas, and that's a nice little meal right there. Delicious, delicious home cooked meal. I'll catch y'all on the next plate. Appreciate you stopping by. Chef out.